That's at spruce.
Correct.
And you want oak.
Correct.
Did you apply for oak or spruce?
Oak.
And you got spruce.
Correct.
And you alluded to something which I'd rather not get into, but with the President's permission. At oak, is there space, yes or no?
Yes.
I thought you said there's another, I could have heard you wrong.
He booked, they're playing at middle school and it's booked for oak at the same day.
Who is that?
Lakewood adult soccer.
Lakewood Adult Soccer has applied for it.
I'm going to need a copy. When I'm done sending this, I'm going to need a copy.
You need a copy?
Yes, when I send it.
Okay, Ms. Silva, this could be a leading question for one responding. Again, I thought this was all resolved, but apparently I'm being told, as you just saw, that there is no room at Oak Street for you. That is what I'm being told. Ms. Silva, is that correct?
That is correct.
So if there's no room at Oak, you can't use Oak.
We have the categories, and you have groups that are off the street groups, and you're only supposed to have nonprofits, which ask for the superintendent to verify the 1C from these groups, which they do not
What
have.
groups are you advised?
Lakewood, adult, soccer, and nationalities.
Lakewood Adult Soccer and Nationalities
Yes,
is using Oak.
correct.
And you're saying they don't have a license.
Absolutely.
Is
I'm
this,
a registered
is this not the same organization, because I forget nothing, or try not to. Is this the same organization you had a little squabble with when Mr. Anderson made his ruling? I believe it is, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the ongoing squabble.
Yes.
Okay, so this is new to me for tonight as to this problem. We will review this matter and we will get back to you as soon as possible. But your allegation, which is serious, is that there is space at Oak, which the superintendent is saying there is not, correct, Ms. Silva?
Yes, and I also want to make everyone aware of the fact that as a public entity, we are allowed to give nonprofits time in our schools, but the priority will always be the public school children. So if there's an event or anything that is sponsored by the individual schools, no matter what whatever organization is, they get bumped.
How does that apply here, Ms. Silva?
Well, there's a number of things that I've been investigating, one of which is that letter. And so I think I'm going to ask the board to review this again, because out of all the organizations, no one else has brought up any objections. All of the other organizations have been investigated. They are duly nonprofit, and they're utilizing it appropriately.
Okay.
This will be the last comment, because we're now at 7 minutes.
Yes, this is the last time. Okay, I was revoked. The only reason, there were other organizations, they're registered in the police station. I never had the police being there once. What happened is, the reason why they revoked my permits is because Angel, the janitor, they were being paid by the other organization, and I brought it up to Mr. Anderson. And I received a phone call, which I have records of, Angel, and told me, I'm going to revoke your permits. And actually, he made a phone call to the janitor at the Spruce Street School, which I can get.
No, Ernesto, we're not doubting. Let me say this.
But you're trying to revoke my permits.
What concerns me as the board attorney as follows.
Okay.
I have a letter from my former English teacher and former assistant superintendent, who I don't know of any animus or hate he would have towards you. Would you agree? Saying to permanently revoke your license. He did that. Now, despite that, you're being allowed to use Spruce Street. And you're saying you don't like Spruce Street, or there's decorations at Spruce Street in the gym. I have the superintendent of schools, who you have no reason to think she has any animus towards you, do you? Okay, well, sir, speculation is mere speculation. But the fact is, she has made a representation to the Board of Education of Lakewood, New Jersey, that number one, someone else is using it. You're saying they're not approved. This is the same guy you squabbled with last time, right?
That is correct.
Well, we're not going to get involved in this internal squabble, which it seems like, and we are going to, it is my recommendation to accept the recommendation of the superintendent. You will get a letter, if the board so agrees, saying, here is the decision of the superintendent of schools of Lakewood, New Jersey, and then you can take that appeal wherever you want to take. Again, I've tried to work, it's not me, I don't
And no,
know,
it's
you
okay.
know that,
I
right?
understand that, you're being, great.
I don't know who
That's-
this other guy is, I wouldn't know if I fell over him,
that's-
but I think. But the question is, can I ask this just to complete the process? Who, and please be, as you are, honest with us, who participates in your soccer? Here are the choices. Choice A, kids. Choice B, adults. Go with that first.
Adults.
Adults. Okay? Choice A, adults from Lakewood, or choice B, adults from elsewhere?
Lakewood.
Okay. Now, as far as you know, your Squabbler, the other company, the other group, do they have students, kids, or adults?
Same people as I do.
Well, if you have the same people, then why do we both of you? Don't mind me.
I'm sorry?
If you have the same people, I don't know what that means, I have to be careful, but same people means the same people are in your league as in his league?
Yes.
So how come they have to be in both leagues?
We play different dates.
Okay. Well, all I can say is the superintendent, is it your recommendation, Madam Superintendent, to allow this gentleman to use spruce should he wish, not to use oak as someone else is? Is that your recommendation?
Yes.
Actually, I want to look at it again.
That's okay, but surely it's not to allow him to use oak.
Yeah, there is no way, it's filled.
We have another meeting the 20th. You will have a decision, unless something comes up, before the 20th, and you have the right to take whatever action legally you want from that point. As far as Carlos, Anthony, no, the name you mentioned, and all this drama, the police department, our city's finest, we're not going to get involved in that. But we will
But I'm
get,
being attacked, you know what I mean?
by the police department, I can't help. By this guy who's, I think you said a janitor, I don't know. Is that what you're saying, a janitor?
But they're taking the money from the community school.
Who's taking the money?
They were playing on
Never
the,
use pronouns. Who is they?
the other groups. The other groups were playing, and I brought that to the attention. And that's the reason why I'm getting kicked out, because I brought that to the attention. They were supposed to pay, and they didn't
Was the
pay.
police department contacted? You just told me police department, I thought. What is?
With the other groups, yes, because there was a lot of fights. I never had any complaints, other than being revoked.
Was the police department, I thought you told me, involved somehow?
On the other groups. The other
Not
groups,
yours?
Not my group. Not my group.
Okay. This is listen, there's a boss here, her name is Lydia Silva. She has made a decision that you are not going to use oak. You have the right to appeal that decision. I am not your lawyer.
No, what I'm asking is just to see what's available. I've tried to, come here and see what's available. I'm not trying to.
What
do
I'm
anything else.
hearing now, and I will, at the board's permission, end this unless they so direct me differently, is Ms. Silva initially said, I assume spruce. She is now saying, based on her research of this matter, notably Mr. Anderson's letter, that at this point, since you don't want spruce, not only will you not want spruce, but you will not use spruce, and you will have a written decision from Ms. Silva by the 20th.
I'm not allowed to use the school now?
This is what she just told us, I believe she said.
Yes, that's right.
So,
How's this possible?
you just told us you don't want to use
No,
spruce.
well, if,
He
no,
was saying because
right
of
now,
the
what, I'm gonna
decorations
use
on
it
the wall.
for the...
Have you used
How am
spruce?
I gonna come here and then I'm gonna get revoked,
Have you used spruce
Yeah, I
at
used
all?
it, just Monday.
Did you get permission? You see, I was not involved, which goes to when I'm not involved.
Yes, it was, it was approved, and the permit was
Did you
sent.
get something in writing?
Yes,
A permit to use spruce?
yes,
Is that correct? I'm not doubting you.
yes.
I don't know.
They did yesterday.
So until such time as Silva, as you complete your revocation or review, it would be my opinion, based on the limited facts I know, that you should be able to use spruce until further notice. If you want to use it, you were approved for it, use it. If Ms. Silva reviews other matters, she will contact you through the regular course. So, I misspoke, I'm sorry, spruce continues until further notice. Oak is a no. Thank you. Ms. Silva, did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Board, does the board have any questions on that issue? Now Matt Varley signed up, but Matt, you are the new interim BA, welcome. Okay, do you want to speak? Okay, all right. James Waters. Now there are some spaces between Matt and James. And
I
anyone,
wanted to allow other people to put their names in.
okay, I just didn't want to make sure there was no invisible ink.
Only lawyers.
And you should know we are friends.
And,
Yes.
and Matt, I hope you're not tight with Mr. Rotaco.
No, I did ask him. It said-
No disrespect intended.
Okay, James, your minutes are beginning.
Yes, I don't need a whole lot of minutes. James Waters, 1275 Old County Line Road.